Right, how you doing, my man?
How are we doing, boys, and everyone in the chat? Hope you're all good and well. Hope you're all good and well.
Yeah, not bad, mate. I mean, 14 losses this season, Daigle. I can't actually quite believe that I'm looking at the table and seeing 14 losses. But talk to me about the game. I mean, first half was men against boys and slight improvement in second.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Ben, I'm going to say exactly what you said. I was actually, when I saw the team lineup, I was actually delighted with it.
Yeah.
For the exact reason that it was resting players that needed to be rested and giving players that needed minutes. So I've been very heavily critical of Ange recently, and in my opinion, rightfully so. But I've always said I'll give credit where it's due. And I've seen a lot of people on social media and everyone say, you don't do this against Man City. Why not? We're not competing. We're not competing for them in the Champions League. We're not facing them. It's the only game we have available because we're not in the FA Cup before we play AZ Alkmaar and games start coming thick and fast again. It was the only opportunity because we're out of the FA Cup to do this. Yes, he could have done it against Ipswich. Yes, he could have. But I will say, and with this selection, was damned if he does and damned if he don't.
Yeah, I agree with that. Do you not think the better game to do it would have been Ipswich, though?
Yeah, but probably. But this was Ipswich away, wasn't it? Ipswich away, a hard away game.
Ipswich have won one home game all season.
So all right, so he could have done it there, but he didn't. He did it at home at Man City. I mean, it'd be a bit different if it was last season when we were fifth, trying to get into the Champions League or anything. Yeah. But we're not fighting for the same things as Man City. They're not a direct rival this season.
Yeah,
they're not a direct rival. For us, it's Europe or bust. And Ange made the changes. Listen, whether we think Odegaard is good enough or the changes he made an improvement, they needed minutes.
Yeah,
they needed minutes, and there was so many people going on that we're back because we've won those 3 games. But then as soon as a big boy club comes along with the players back, the first half wasn't good. The second half was better. But there's a couple of things. I actually want to talk to you about a couple of players, actually, that have come in for criticism. Edward just mentioned one of them, Pedro Porro. What have we got to do? We've seen Ange toy around with players in different positions. What have we got to do to put Pedro Porro at right wing?
Yeah, I was thinking that, yeah.
You look at it.
Yeah.
You look at it. We have now got Spence there, who has got to be a starter, obviously taken out today for whatever reason Ange decided. But we have all season, when we've needed to get quality into Solanke, have not had regular quality able to bring him. He's not been able to cut it defensively. In that second half, in 5 minutes, he delivered 3 quality balls.
Yeah.
Immediately, and was so much more effective. What have we got to do to give Spence a starting right back and give at least toy with this idea? Because Porro has got the quality he has of being able to be a provider and create is a lot better than any forward we have at the moment.
Yeah, the reality is, Brian, he's a wing-back, right?
Yeah, he's a wing-back, but he started off as a right winger, didn't he? So we've seen, like that goal against Liverpool in Ange's 10-game run when it was the 90th minute where he got the own goal. If you need a guy to whip in quality, and I mean genuine quality, and there's one moment to do it, I'm putting all my money on Pedro Porro in that entire team.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he? Why do you think Ange doesn't play around with that and just push him further forward? Do you think? What's the reason? Do you think in Ange's mind?
I think from up until now, up until the emergence of Jed Spence, he had no one else to play at right back.
Which is fair, but now he has.
Now he has, yeah.
Now he has. Now he has.
I mean, I would like to see Pedro Porro at right back, but I do question if he can kind of beat his man, consistently and get to those spaces consistently and put the balls in, because we know he's got the quality to put the balls in. But
he's got the quality. But Ben, I'm not. But before people go, I'm not likening him to this player because this player was the best.
You're going to say Beckham, aren't you?
Exactly what I was going to say. Beckham didn't beat his man. Beckham. I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he's anywhere near the levels of David Beckham. But David Beckham didn't take on a player. I mean, we also need a winger that is as direct as Doku. But the other player I want to talk about is Mateus Tell.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not. We look at it, and as I mentioned, all season long, we've known for Solanke he needs regular quality service, and Spurs didn't go out and buy the winger to create that. Well, now we've bought a striker that needs service another way, like Kulisevsky, like the goal he scored against Villa, or through balls down the middle, and we just don't give it to him. Yes, we know he's small, we know he hasn't got power, but Jermaine Defoe got regular service. We found a way to find him. Why are we buying strikers that will get goals if given the opportunity, but give them no service?
Do you think that's the issue with Tell? Because I look at him and I feel like he is a bit too lightweight.
He may be a bit lightweight, brother. He may be a bit lightweight, but the thing is, Ben, if you look at all those games, have we given him any service? Have we given him any through balls to chase, like for one-on-ones to see what he can do? Have we been able to deliver like Kulisevsky did for that goal against Villa? Have we given him any opportunity like that? I don't think we have. And he's what is it now? His fourth or fifth game. He's 19 years old, and once again, Spurs. Let's just chuck youngsters in and hope it pays off, with no real quality around them. And I don't think it's fair on Matasso. Yes, he needs to get more busy and probably command the ball a bit more and make himself more available. But I don't think we're giving him any service to latch onto.
It's my problem with Tell is that he just doesn't get himself involved in the game enough. And in the small times he does get on the ball, it just looks really poor.
He does. I mean, then you look at it, and I don't understand when you're 1-0 down why Dane Scarlett doesn't come on instead of Timo Werner. I don't understand that substitution one bit. I was saying it before with Lancashire, wasn't I, before he went out on loan? I think a lot of us were. When you're 1-0 down and you need a goal and you've got a striker on the bench, surely you bring on a striker that is having an impact.
Surely though, if they're not getting the service, what good would be bringing him on?
He's a different striker, isn't he? Look what he offers. He offers more than Werner. Look, he puts himself about. Look what he did against Ipswich.
He's much more physical than Tell as well. Yeah. Much more physical.
Yeah. So I just didn't understand that. I think we've got to let Tell settle in a bit. People saying, "Oh, if he was that bad, why did Bayern let him go?" Well, he's the third choice striker, and unfortunately, and I'll go now where I always go. Until someone at the top moves, this is what will happen at Spurs. We'll buy youngsters. They'll demand a cheaper wage, won't buy the real quality, and we will fail. No matter who's in charge, who's on the bench, who's running the show, who's the manager. But one player I do want to talk about again as well, just quickly, and I think I heard people talking about Dan, so I thought, you know what, Archie Gray.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
again, putting another shifter. Do you know what I loved about him today? His timing of his tackles.
Yeah.
His running to not make sure a ball goes out for a corner. His absolute, he always gives 100%. We have got a real player in Archie Gray, and I do mean a real player in that lad.
You got to pair him with Bergvall, though, both of them today.
Bergvall, yeah, but I mean, Bergvall, he glides. I think you said it when we spoke on the phone after Ipswich. He glides across the pitch. He does do some things a bit rash, but there is a play there. But what you've got to look at it, Ben and JC and everyone in the chat, if we do have them two as two of the three in midfield, we need a real diamond to be alongside them. And we can all say James Maddison did well against Man U and
Ipswich.
And Ipswich, when he came on, he started today and deserved a start. And it was non-existent. Non-existent. Now, I know he's coming back from injury. We got to work it out. But the midfield, we're all saying that one of Bissouma or Bentancur are likely to go or probably going to be out. We need a real diamond of a midfielder. And I mean a real diamond. An Edgar Davids, a Michael Carrick,
well, we need to have that.
Gus Poyet.
I don't even think it's that kind of player. We need to have that kind of summer when Arsenal just went go 100 million Declan Rice. We need to identify who that player is, and we need a strong player in the number 6.
Yeah, but this is the thing, Ben. That when we say that, that's where we're saying Archie Gray's going to go. So it's like, then do you need the 6? It's like, okay, you've got that as a 6. Bergvall, as we're saying, potentially as an 8, because they are the future. Let's look at it. They are.
But
gonna
Brian,
be-
Archie Gray calls himself more of a box-to-box 8 than a 6. That's where he thinks his favourite position is.
Oh, good. They're good. Great. We're clueless.
That's
We're
the
clueless.
diamond.
Listen,
That's
mate.
the diamond right there, Brian.
Hey, he's our Swiss Army knife, mate. He just plays anywhere.
I know, that's
He
what's so
just
great
plays
about him.
absolutely anywhere.
I think we need a 6 to go alongside Archie Gray.
But we keep hearing Ange doesn't play with us. I mean, well, the next thing is, will Ange be here at the end of the season? To start the next season.
Well, talk to me about that, because what does Ange need? Is there anything Ange can do from now to the end of the season for you to say, you know what, let's keep him for next season?
No. I mean, I said this when I did the panel show with you, Simeon and Sean, a few weeks ago. We were up with this question, and you said even if we win the Europa League, and the reason I said even if we win the Europa League, I would have an argument for him going, is because I know Daniel Levy will say we can win it this way. Just look, guys, this is what we do. We can win. We won't get the biggest window, and it will be more football like this. Obviously, people will say after the 3 wins we've just had, which was brilliant, and fair play to Ange for steering the ship and getting those results. Can't take that away from him. Credit him for that. But then as soon as we'll see with these, well, I wasn't say 4, but we just played one. Oh, we can include Alkmaar in it. But then you've got, what is it, Ben? Bournemouth, Chelsea, Fulham, or Fulham, Chelsea, whichever way.
Bournemouth, Fulham, Chelsea, yeah.
And Fulham, Chelsea away, and we do really poorly at both grounds recently, or Chelsea for a long, long time. We'll see where we are, but I just can't see how Ange can resolve this. And the only way I think Ange Postecoglou could be a huge success at Tottenham Hotspur is if the club listened to him, and for every player he needs in his position to play his style of football, Tottenham went out and got. Forget the value. Like if it was an £80 million player, a £30 million player, or whatever, go get every single player Ange wants in these positions, every single one, and then see what Ange can do. But he's not going to get back that way. So I just cannot see how he can turn it around. I just can't. But like I said, I will say, like I said at the beginning, I think the starting 11 and resting the players and giving the players minutes was the smart thing to do. I really do, because like I said, the league is done. Forget, we're not finished. People were saying like we're only X amount points from 7th or whatever. People keep assuming that we're going to win every single game and all the teams below us, above us, are going to lose. And Spurs will miraculously climb the table. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I just can't see him doing it. Like you said, Man U are now level on points with us. West Ham could be level on points with us. They beat Leicester tomorrow. Just thankfully, Everton didn't get the win against Brentford.
Yeah, that's what we're looking. I mean, that is just shocking to hear, isn't it? You know, when you put it down to that, when our fate is in the hands of Everton.
Mate, we if Everton had won and then West Ham win tomorrow, we could have been joined 16th.
Yeah.
And so I just can't see. Like I said, well done for getting those 3 wins under your belt and getting the 3 wins and steering us away from the danger we were in. And he deserves credit for that. The players came back. I will give Ange credit for that. And I will credit him for the choices he made today. But do I think he could have brought on Scarlett for Tell? Yes. Do I think Porro needs to be tried at right wing, whether Ange does it or not? I mean, I think a lot of people would like to see it. Remains to be seen. And can he dig himself out of the hole that's been dug? And I don't think he can.
Well, time will tell, Brian. And, well, there must be something, though. There must be something where, in your mind, forget what Levy does, forget what anything, but in your mind, that you'll say, Ange, all right, I'll give you another season. Is there nothing?
Set him a target to aim for.
The only target you could have given me, in all honesty, and you've just taken it off the table, Ben, was Levy and Edith sell him. And Ange get the fresh crack of the whip under a new owner. Then I'd be, okay, let's see what you got. I just can't see. Listen, if it maybe I'm being a bit rash and saying if he won the Europa League, I'd still get rid of him. But that all comes from my disbelief in the board. Everything.
Yeah, but that means no manager. You don't want any manager here. You know what I mean?
That's what's going to happen every time. So it's going to happen with every manager. So doesn't matter when Ange goes. 18 months later, we'll still be here if Daniel Levy's in charge. It doesn't matter what style of football. Doesn't matter what players he brings in. Shit will hit the fan and we'll be here again. So I just can't see how he can turn it around. And maybe like I said, maybe I'm being a bit harsh. If he won the Europa League, I'd say okay. In fact, let's be realistic and say, do you know what? If he won the Europa League, then he deserves a fair crack at the whip for bringing silverware to Tottenham.
Yeah. All right. Big up to you, Brian. Always good to chat
brothers,
to you,
I'm still waiting for your phone call, Ben.
Yeah, sorry, Brian.
You forget about me, you poor bastard. Speak to you both later. Everyone in the chat, have a good evening.
See you, Brian.